And with less than 2 weeks to go before President-elect Joe Biden moves into the Oval Office, Democrats are now scrambling to try and remove President Trump and restrict his access to nuclear weapons.
Western Mass News spoke with Congressman Richard Neal earlier tonight about how that could be done and where Democrats are in this process. With calls from Democrats to remove President Trump ratcheting up after the riots on Capitol Hill, two options are rapidly gaining momentum: impeachment or invoking the 25th Amendment.
What happened this week in Washington at the president's urging is intolerable.
Congressman Richard Neal says after talking to Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, no decision has been made on whether the Democrats will move ahead with plans to invoke the 25th Amendment, in part because it's a complicated process that demands participation by some of the president's closest advisors.
There is some question as to why these resignations are taking place within the cabinet. Perhaps the argument is that there are members of the cabinet that don't want to have to cast this vote, nor perhaps does Vice President Pence want to participate.
In the meantime, there's also been talk about impeaching the president for a second time. And Friday morning, Speaker Pelosi, along with Massachusetts lawmakers Ed Markey and James McGovern, took it even further, calling on the military not to carry out any order given by President Trump to use nuclear weapons.
I agree with that 1,000%. And I think that the speaker made the right call when she notified the Joint Chiefs of Staff and other military leaders that she thought they should be vigilant about granting any access from this president to that possibility.
Amidst all this maneuvering against the president by Democrats, preparations continue for the quickly approaching transfer of power.
We need to proceed with the inauguration and to make sure, as scheduled at noontime on January 20th, Joe Biden becomes the president of the United States.
Speaker Pelosi saying earlier today, if President Trump doesn't resign, Democrats are prepared to move forward with impeachment early next week.